What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dreamin Diesel. So I was originally planning on doing the turbo rebuild video and the oil pan video all in one, but this kind of ended up being too long, and I just thought it would be better to separate them. So this is gonna be a quick little intro here for the oil pan, doing what we did on the crew cab. Just a quick little video on what little tips and stuff and things that I thought would be helpful for doing an oil pan on a 6.0. It wasn't the easiest for me. Maybe if you have more mechanical experience, it might be a little bit easier. But for me, it was a bit difficult. Probably just 'cause I'd never done it before. I was a little nervous about jacking the motor up and everything. And it was, for me, you know, I'm a little bit bigger and got bigger arms and stuff. It was a little tight for me getting in there. But again, doable. And I wouldn't worry about doing one if you need to. But yeah, it's really not too complicated, just a bit time consuming. But alright, we're going to go ahead and get into the video now. Alrighty guys, we are working on getting that oil pan out. We took the nuts off of the engine mounts. So those are all off. And then you jack it up off of the crank pulley. So we're trying to get the jack in there. We had to take this steering arm off here, took the wheel off. Got a nice little contraption going there with some heavy duty wood there. Not quite a 4x4, but it's bigger than a 2x4, so that's better. That's the way pretty much everyone does it. You just jack it up off the crank pulley, and then you can get in there and get to the oil pan bolts. We're having trouble. It's a bolt on the driver's side, or passenger side, that holds the, I guess there's like a bracket in there that holds the tranny lines. It's like right by the oil pan. You gotta take that off. You gotta like go up through a hole in the cross member under there. Alright, so we're under the truck here. Oil pan over there. Nice and sealed up with JB Weld. So there is one of the studs for the engine mounts, the other one, you got two on the other side, let's see, over there, and so you got your oil pan, you got to come up through this cross member here, and so for getting that bracket off for the tranny line, which hole do we go through? This one? No, this one. Yes. Okay, yeah, so you got to go through this hole here. So this is the one closest to the front of the truck. It's going to be the one like right in the middle of the cross member.
Right next to the engine mount bolt.
Yeah, right next to the engine stud, engine mount stud there. You can't see it. I'm going to go to the front of the truck and show you guys where you can see through. Alright, we're at the front of the truck now. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and show you where that stud is. There you go. Too much. There we go. There's the stud, right? And there you can see the threads and the bolt. I don't know if I can come up through here at all. Yeah, right there. There we go. So you kind of got to look through the tranny lines, and you can see the stud and the nut, so you can make sure you're getting on it. If you have a second person, yeah, right through the front, and you can see it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start taking. We're gonna get the bolts out that we can see and get to right now, and then we're going to go ahead and start jacking the motor up. Alrighty guys, next day here. Yesterday we did get the oil pan out, and then I got the upper oil pan back in. Got the new O-rings on there and everything. Looking good. I got the pan back on today. Set the motor down overnight. I got to jack it back up again. But yeah, we're getting there. Take a look at the old pan here. Crusty, dusty, a little dirty. Got the pickup tube in there. A little bit of junk in there. You can see right there. You see that? That's where we had to seal it up. Or there was a hole before. Let me see if I can, without spilling the oil everywhere. Give me a minute. Okay. Man, that might not be that easy, but you can kind of see over there. That's all that JB Weld we patched it with. Oh, there was a big hole there. See, we got the new one in the box here. All good to go. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. But yeah, hopefully getting that back on today and maybe starting. Got a few other things. Got some more goodies back here. As you can see, Got the tire step there. Focus up. There we go. Just got this in yesterday. Trax ion. Where we go? Topside Creeper here. Yes, sir. Did it say it anywhere? No. Topside Creeper. Whew. There we go. Topside Creeper. Yeah, I've wanted one of those for a while. I finally said screw it, and I was like, I need one, so I went ahead and ordered one up. Got parts on parts on parts over here for the old crew cab. New shocks, new steering stabilizers, 4-inch MBRP exhaust. Some of the brake parts in there. New rotors and pads. Some other little stuff. We're good to go, making progress. Alrighty, I'm gonna get working on that pan. I'll probably show you guys a few more things. Alright, so here's the new oil pan. Got this off Amazon. Still feels pretty heavy, pretty good quality, seems like. Good enough. So these are all, I got all the bolts in there just so we know for sure where they go. They're all the same other than this one. So these two in the middle here on the back are longer. And you got 4 up front here, and then these 3, 2 in the middle, the one on the passenger side are longer. So those are the ones you really got to keep track of. I got a pretty good idea of where they all go, but I'm going to move everything over to the old pan, or at least the longer ones, just so that just to be sure I know where they go. So yeah, going to be getting this on. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my setup for jacking the motor up again, and show you the upper pan I got mounted on there. Oh yeah, and then got the pickup tube here. The kit, the oil pan gasket I got did come with another O-ring for this. So got a new O-ring on there. I think you can reuse the your factory one as long as it looks good. But I got a new O-ring, so I went and threw it on there. But yeah, got that cleaned up. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the jack and stuff. Alright, I just want to show you guys real quick the difference between the short and long bolts. So here is the short one. What pretty much all the bolts are for the oil pan. Coming out of here in the middle, here's a long one. So, as you can tell, tell the difference there. Just want to show you guys the difference real quick. Alright, so we're under the front of the truck, and here's my setup that I'm using to jack up the motor. Got just a 4x4 on the jack, and we're going up to the crank pulley there. Worked out pretty well. Everything was fine. We just see we could just take off this steering arm there, give us a little more room. And I think if you have the factory steering stabilizer, I believe that gets in the way as well. But other than that, not too hard to get to. Alright, gonna roll under here. Now, we're gonna look at the oil pan. So, there it is, the upper oil pan. Got that new fancy blue gasket in there. That's the one I got off Amazon. It's a Felpro gasket, so that's pretty good stuff. So yeah, make sure this is all cleaned up. Then you have your. Let me get this light set up. Give me a minute. There we go. Okay, so then you have your bolts here. There's 9 bolts, and these torque spec is 10 foot-pounds. So that's the upper pan, and the lower pan. The oil pan itself. Those bolts are all 10 foot-pounds as well. I think it's pretty hard to over torque them, but the torque spec is 10 foot-pounds. So I got these all torqued into 10, and I'll probably torque what I can, as much as I can on the actual pan itself. But yeah, not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this motor jacked up again, and start getting that pan in here, and I'll check back in with you guys. All right. Alrighty, guys. So got that oil pan in, everything put back together. As you can see, tires back on. That pit or the I think it might be a tie rod or one of the steering arms is put back on. Everything's back together. As far as for the oil pan, I'm gonna go ahead and roll under there and show you guys a few things. Alrighty, rolling under. Alright. So, new oil pan in. And good to go. Got all the bolts back in. So overall, it's really not too bad of a job. It was a bit hard for me. It took me I mean, I kind of did it over a few days, and I was kind of doing some other things as well. But just kind of time consuming if you're not too experienced or if you're doing it for the first time. But just for me, the pickup tube was one of the harder parts. Putting the pickup tube back in was one of the harder parts because you can't put it in before the pan, and I got bigger arms, so it was hard for me to get up in there and get the bolts started and everything. But I eventually got it and got that put back on. The bolts going around the pan are kind of difficult. Driver's side is pretty easy, obviously. For front and back are very easy, up in there. So really the hardest ones are there's like 3 on the passenger side that are like right kind of getting blocked by the cross member, so they're kind of hard to get to. I had a bit of trouble getting to that guy. The one up there closest to the frame on the driver's side, but I mean overall not too bad. You really got to be careful of when you're putting the pan back in. You gotta make sure you have the motor up enough, jacked up enough to give you enough room to get that pan in there easily. Really gotta make sure you gotta give yourself enough room, and but it's not too complicated. It was just a bit time consuming for me. If you're a little more experienced than I am, you might have an easier job of it doing it. But I'd definitely give yourself some time if you got to do one. Not impossible though; it's doable. Torque spec on these pan bolts, 10 foot-pounds. I was just using the Milwaukee, and I checked them a few times, and it was pretty close. So, but you do want to be careful and to make sure you're not, you definitely don't want to break a bolt. So, still be careful with it. But yeah, all done. That's about it. I mean, good to go. New pan. Got it done. Wasn't the most fun job, at least for me, but it got it done. So, alrighty. That's gonna do it for this video. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Yep, oil pan's done. Not gonna be needing this anymore. Nope, don't need that. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick little video on doing the oil pan here on the crew cab. Hope it might have helped you out a bit if you got to do one. If it did, please leave a like on the video before you go. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.